concert. Funny you said that because I'm getting into hockey a lot more. So
Yeah.
that was very interesting. And I'm hoping whatever sport I get into, I'll love. You know what I mean? Like I know all of us will be successful, especially Nick Garskin on ESPN.
That's awesome. Well, one team that has been very successful. I keep transitioning like that. Anaheim. Is that a team that could contest the Ducks?
Okay, let's talk about the Ducks. There is only one team in the state of California that is a real contender in the playoffs. It's the Kings, because the Sharks show up, and it's like it's like them trying to figure out how to speak Spanish while still trying to translate it into Mandarin, while translating it into Polish. They are so confused in the playoffs. They had a 3-0 lead against the Kings.
Okay.
Easy. Just score a goal, have Naomi make a few saves, nice sweep, do a golf clap next round. It was the equivalent of going into a shopping cart and crashing into a car. They just became a mess. They didn't know what they're doing. And after Game 5, I knew the series was over. Because Game 6 went back to LA, they won. And in Game 7, the Sharks broke down like a teenage girl who just got broken up with. They just broke down.
I mean, I don't follow hockey that much, but like living close to the San Jose area for quite a while, and Robert knows this too. Once it comes playoff time, and overall, the fans just lose hope when it comes to San Jose.
And Sharks fans are so cool, but then when they lose the playoffs, they go like, I'm crying. Like
they throw everyone under the bus.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for Joe Thornton. He's been like the longest Shark there, and he's gonna be a Hall of Famer no matter what. But he's never gonna win. I don't think he's ever gonna win a Stanley Cup.
The thing about California culture is that like it all started with the Kings, then the Sharks, and then the Ducks. And the Ducks, well, this point's about the Ducks is they're a great regular season team, like the Sharks. Yeah. But unlike the Sharks, they've won a championship. But the Ducks get into the playoffs, and they're. Let me tell you something about the culture of the Ducks. It's not like the Kings or the Sharks, where they have loyal fans.
Fair weather fans.
They have very fair weather fans.
Yes.
I was at a game with my friend, with one of our friend Daniel Levy.
Go Levy.
And there were so many Blackhawk fans there. It was like it was like, if I closed my eyes, I might have thought I was at the United Center in Chicago.
Yeah, and Atlanta fans and Anaheim fans were the two most fair weather fans, if you think about it. I mean, you look at Hawks and everything.
Look at last year when the Dodgers played the Braves in the playoffs. They didn't sell out Game 1. On TV, TV, if you had rows, I think Z or a Z to some other letter like Q, you moved up immediately. So on TV, it looked like the stadium was filled. When really, there was empty rows, like rows Z through Q were empty.
Or even look at the Falcons.
Well, the
I
Falcons.
mean, in general, fans are in and out, and
the Hawks have never won a championship. That's the thing.
I love the Hawks.
The Hawks are a good team, but they just don't have that championship caliber experience.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to read off the standings here for both teams. I'm going to go 1 through 8. So let's go with the Eastern Conference. The Penguins with 49 points. They're first.
That's good.
The Lightning, 48 points. The Islanders, 47. Red Wings, 47. Montreal with 46. Toronto Maple Leafs with 43. Rangers with 42. And the Capitals with 42. Let's name off the Western Conference, which is way more competitive right now in hockey.
Yeah.
The Ducks, 54. Chicago Blackhawks, 50. Nashville Predators, a surprising team, but they're going up there, 48. The Blues, 45. The Jets, 45. The Canucks, 43. The Kings, 43. And the Sharks, 43. You have three teams tied for 43. Calgary right behind them, and then the Eastern Conference behind them is the Florida Panthers, down by 2 points for that A spot. But I guess my big team in the Eastern Conference that I think I would love to watch them make it go all the way as the Islanders.
Really,
I like the Islanders.
Our friend David Seuss from New York would love to see that too. But I want to see the Caps make it, just because they haven't made it. They were in contention with the Penguins for such a long time, and there's a big rivalry. It was either Pittsburgh and Washington. But they never made it. I would love to see the Caps make it, but also the Toronto Maple Leafs. Just think of how that's like the Cubs. That's like the Cubs making the World Series. Okay, not exactly the same tenure, but It's been a long time since they've even seen a Stanley. They haven't even seen the Stanley Cup in person. They have to go to Toronto to see the Stanley Cup in person.
This was something interesting to talk about. The Islanders were a team that barely makes the playoffs. Wait, I want to talk about this. So the Islanders, they were the 8th spot last year in the conference. They barely made it to the playoffs. Now they're number 3. Yeah, last year.
No, last year the 8th spot was the Blue Jackets.
Oh, I thought it was.
You're thinking about the year before, where they played the Penguins. Remember?
Yeah.
So the Islanders and Penguins. That series went to 6.
But the Islanders are just getting better and better every year, and I love watching them because they're
Reyes?
just a way better team. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Western Conference real quick.
My Western Conference favorite pick right now. The most surprised team I want to say, and you could probably agree with me, Caroline, is Winnipeg.
Oh, Winnipeg! I've wanted them to succeed for so long now. They have a. Let me tell you something about the culture of Winnipeg. To get a ticket to a Jets game, you have to enter a lottery. Did you know that? You have to. They have I think 11,000 season ticket holders or something like that.
Yeah.
You have to just hope that you get to win the ticket, and when you get that ticket, you have to buy it. Every single night is a playoff atmosphere. That's how it is every single night. And for 3 seasons, they have not been able to play up to that expectation. But now, they have a good team, they have chemistry, and they're playing up to par now. Winnipeg should be good. I'd love to see the Kings play Winnipeg. We probably beat them. I'm just kidding, but we'll see what happens. But just a great culture up there, and I'm happy for them. The Canucks are somehow doing okay now. What do you think about this?
The Canucks, I think this is a team that has they're like gonna be always a middle of the pack type of squad, but they get some big wins once in a while. I'm like, geez, the Canucks, they come out of nowhere. Who won that game last night, by the way? The Ducks and the Canucks. I mean, it went to shootout.
It was the Ducks.
So it went to the shootout. By the way, I mean, watching hockey this season, there was a shootout that went to 20 freaking rounds.
Yeah, and our friend Jeremy was there.
Jeremy Schnell.
Yeah, Jeremy Schnell was at that game.
Well, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the guys on national sports, we have been to a lot of great games.
Well, I think
you can name it.
The 19-inning.
Oh yeah,
all 4 of us were there.
You know what? We never actually talked about that on Raiders. So let's
talk about it on Radio.
Once you start the conversation, I'm gonna find out some more stats about this game. So
Mr. Nick Rice was an Angels fan with Sam Rosen. I didn't understand that, but I mean the Angels did win, so you gotta give credit where credit's due.
Of course.
But Daniel Levy, myself, Cameron Sadeghi, and Jason
I jump on the
Caroline
bandwagon every time.
Jumped on the bandwagon with the Red Sox. We loved it because we just kept on making fun of fans. The worst part, the fans, they have the worst comebacks.
Angels fans are fair weather, we know that. But go ahead.
But they have the worst comebacks.
I used to think Dodger fans were bad until these. I mean, you can make a Dodger fan shut up pretty easily after. Well, being a San Francisco Giants fan, all you have to say is 2-3, but now it's 3. It's going to be 3-5 pretty soon. You can make a Dodger fan shut up, but these guys do not understand how baseball works. You see, championships mean you're better than the other team. So the Angels fans are like, "Oh, it took you guys 80-something years to win a championship." Well, we've won 3 since. It's like, well, we've won. Shut up. They threw peanuts at us. You believe that?
Yeah, those kids, by the way, I mean, talking about cruel kids, they were like 3 years old, I don't know, 5 years old. They were throwing peanuts, popcorn. I mean, come on, I thought this was supposed to be a safe environment. I mean, I thought Angel Stadium was a safe environment, guys.
I thought it was the opposite of Dodger Stadium, apparently.
Yeah.
But you see, Dodger Stadium is not unsafe anymore because there is a police officer in every single freaking section of the stadium.
That's great.
You can't move down seats anymore. The ushers will get you. But at Angel Stadium, it's like the guys are sleeping on the top.
Yeah, during that game, we moved all the way from the top section to the front row right next to home plate.
We basically were behind the Angels' dugout.
And we just walked there. Nobody said a thing.
Well, it was 19 innings of baseball. I mean,
it's very casual. Just overall,
Mr. Cameron Sadeghi had to leave at 12.
But I did see the game on TV. I saw the game on TV.
Well, this was one of the deciding regular season games for their playoff berth, for their number 1 seed. So, boy, for an organization to allow that, it's just
even in the playoffs,
it somewhat speaks volumes to their playoff resume, which is pretty pretty poor.
Nick, how was it being an Angels fan, by the way, with Mr. Sam Rosen?
Hey, did we get the win? Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But
The game lasted 19 innings, the second longest ever game in Angels history.
And
I was upset.
It was 6 hours and 21 minutes.
That was a long. That's longer than my school day was back in high school.
Yeah,
I went through a
that's true.
whole entire day of school in that game.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I was upset that when Trout hit the game with the walk off, and
no,
then
that was Albert
it-
Pujols.
or it was
That was
Pujols. Oh, I
Pujols.
thought okay. And Napoli was talking, and it's just every time I just hate this whole Angels. I don't know. Maybe this is just from someone who lives around here. I just feel like the Angels are overhyped in general.
They
They're
always
just
are.
calling it like it is.
Like I've said before, let's look at the culture of the Angels. They did not have a strong following until the 2002 season. After that, they actually became popular. But before, the main team in the Southern California area was the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yes,
But
it
you're
was.
just obsessed with the Dodgers.
I love the Dodgers.
Yeah, you are.
But I've studied this culture of this area.
You know what was awesome to watch was for the Red Sox. They got Yoenis Cespedes at the time,
Yeah.
and Yoenis Cespedes, it could have been they could have scored from third, but Cespedes, that arm kept him in the game. That was one of my favorite moments of that game. Yoenis Cespedes, he literally went up and then was like faked him out,
Yeah.
and then I think it was Josh Hamilton trying to go, and they kept him in the game. It was a former Giants pitcher that was in
Workman?
there. He was from AAA.
Was it Workman that was in there?
I don't know. I forget. But Nick, how was it to feel like? I know you're not. I know you weren't the biggest baseball fan,
If
but
you're a
how does it
sports
feel
fan,
to
that
sit
was
through
amazing.
6 hours
Yeah.
and 21
Yeah,
minutes?
that was a great game. Baseball is always a great game to watch, just to be there. But I can't watch any more than 5 minutes on television.
Yeah, I can't see it. I'm sorry. Whether maybe they need to get better announcers, which I don't believe. I think they're great announcers, but I just struggle personally to watch a full game. I've tried it a few times.
For the
but I
World
can't do it
Series, I
consistently.
watched the final 3 innings.
Yeah.
I
Just the
watched
final
whole
3, that's
World
fine.
Series, but that's coming from a Giants fan.
And,
Well, yeah.
and the other thing is you
They-
watch games 6 and 7.
Yes.
That's
Here's
about
one of-
it.
Here's one of the worst stats of the night, okay? Josh Hamilton went 1 for 8. Okay? That is a lot of outs. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
He left 4 guys in scoring position throughout the
That's
night.
the other thing. Take a look at the stats for that game. In the 6-hour game, boy, was the batting in that matchup just piss poor. Let's take a look at the final numbers. It looks like the Angels, with 67 at-bats, only had 5 runs.
Yeah.
In 67 at-bats.
I know, right?
And excuse me, I was actually, I was talking about the
That was
Angels,
kind of a
and then,
high-scoring game for baseball.
Let's not forget.
and
that
actually the Red Sox, were they worse? Yes, they were. They had in 60 at bats only 4 runs.
Yeah.
So you're only hitting. If you take a look at the numbers, you're only hitting 10%.
Yeah, but they didn't really
That's
have
horrible.
anybody in that. That was a team that was just rebuilding. Period.
That team was
Yeah.
not even supposed to be contending in that game.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the fact that Richards had a no hitter through 6 in that game.
Yeah.
For a third of that game, there was history being made.
Oh, and
It was weird too that
Who hit the home run, by the way? I know someone hit a home run for the Red Sox.
Trout hit out. Wait,
For the Red Sox.
it was, I think it
for
was,
the Red Sox,
There's
the
a-
man that really came in real huge for the Red
Go down.
Sox.
Go down. Oh wait, no, stay up there.
Uh,
no, go in the middle. Go in the middle.
no, there
Well,
was no- there
Ortiz
wasn't
had
home
a
run.
very good day.
No home run for the Red Sox either.
But Ortiz had a very good day. Ortiz finished with
He turned back the clock.
2 RBIs and also was crucial in some key situations down the stretch defensively.
Well, I think David Ortiz is one of those players, and it's not in baseball season, so I'm not going to analyze it too hard. But Ortiz was one in these last couple of years. He's one of those players that really comes up when it comes to hitting.
Yes,
When it matters.
yes.
So he comes up, he hits home runs, he does what he's not a big home run hitter always, but he hits the ball when he needs to.
And David Ortiz is loyal to his ball club too. I mean, he's gone through the tough and bad years, and he's been one of the only Red Sox that have really stuck around.
One thing real quick, I was going to ask you about Sandoval. What are your thoughts about Pablo Sandoval?
right, well, here we go.
Okay,
Here we
I
go.
wanna hear this.
All right. Pablo Sandoval has won 3 World Series for the San Francisco Giants. 2010, he barely made the roster. Wasn't even supposed to be on the roster, to be honest with you. But he snuck in, had some weight problems. Didn't really do much in 2010. But then he started coming up. 2011, he actually had a really good year. And the Giants actually had a winning record that year. They just didn't make the playoffs. Then in